Alright everyone, today is day 8 of my 12 Days of Beauty, so I'm going to be reviewing the Dermalogica's Charcoal Mask. So the Charcoal Mask it's actually called Charcoal Rescue Mask. This is going to be ideal for acne-prone skin, for oily skin. It has a gentle exfoliating factor. It's an all-in-one treatment that detoxifies, brightens, and invigorates all skin conditions with activated bincotan, I think I'm saying that wrong, bincotan charcoal. It powerfully absorbs impurities while sulphur promotes cell turnover for dramatically brighter skin. You're going to apply to your face and throat, avoiding the eye area, and after 7 to 10 minutes you want to lightly massage with really wet hands. That'll activate the mask, it will exfoliate, and it will help exfoliate and you rinse. So it's very simple to use, not at all complicated. If you guys can see, my skin is decently nice, but I do have some blemishes because I'm recovering from a mini acne breakout. So I'm gonna go put this on first, and then I have an additional product review from the Body Shop, one of their products that has been discontinued but I actually liked. So this will be like my nighttime routine that I'm gonna do with you guys. So let me just squeeze this out. It's really it's like a thick clay. It almost is like magnetic sand. It's kind of what it feels like. So I'm just going to paint that on here. It has an odor to it, and that's probably the sulphur. It's really stinky. But I'm going to rub that on there. And I have more of the product. When you get samples of this, you need more than one to fully cover everything. I actually have 3. So let me, yep, here they are. Like so thick. Actually gonna paint that on. That'll be easier. So anywhere you have acne breakouts is where you want to target first. This is like so stinky. It almost smells like a combination of like a plasticky smell, kind of like the inside of like an electronics bag or something when you unbox something. I don't know how to describe it, but it's definitely got an odor. That is for sure. But if it works, it works, and I've heard a lot of good things from this product. Alright, so I'm going to go process this for the 10 minutes. I'm going to wet my hands and then massage this, and I'm going to rinse and come back to tell you guys how I feel about this product. Right now it feels like it's drying quickly, it feels a little tight, there is no pain, there is no tingling sensation, it's just very stinky. Alright, so I am back after using the Charcoal Rescue Mask, and one thing I will say is that this mask was very difficult to take off. So while it dries on very quickly and it's very flaky and tight, you will not warm your hands, you'll wet your hands with warm water, put it on and really start to exfoliate. Gentle firm movements, just like the regular facial massage that is according to Dermalogica's method, which is upward motions, very similar to what you learn in cosmetology school or esthetician school if you didn't do cosmetology school. Anyhow, the odor does dissipate a little bit when you rinse it, but it is very difficult to rinse off. So what I do is I take a skin-safe cloth or some cotton pads, wet them with warm water, and just swipe, and it takes it right off. But it's a good product. It really made my skin feel really soft. If you guys look at this, just like look at the glow reflecting from my ring light on my skin. It feels very tight and very firm. If you have dry acne, dry skin with acne, I would not necessarily use this all over, maybe do some spot areas because it might over dry your skin, but it is very strong and it's a good exfoliator. This is not the mask you want to do after using a chemical peel because you might over exfoliate. but it is a really good product just from getting all the debris off the skin. If you have acne prone skin that's really oily, this is the mask for you because it will absorb that oil. And the sulphur is also a natural antimicrobial, so that will kill any acne, and it will help to kind of invigorate the skin with the charcoal in there. Charcoal is also really good for drying up excess oil. You may remember about 2 years ago there was that whole fad with the black mask where people were putting that everywhere, and it was like a black charcoal mask and it would get tight, and there was a lot of issues with that. This is a safer alternative to that because it's a cream form and it's not going to dry and stick everywhere. Just make sure you avoid the eye area, because even if you get close it might go up, so you got to be extra careful about that. So the second part of this video, I want to review two products from the Body Shop that I absolutely love, that are sadly no longer around. But you may find them on eBay or Amazon, because there's a lot of these that went into the discount bin at my local Body Shop before it went out of business. This is the Naturganics. Everyone calls it Naturganics there, but it's the Naturganics. It's the precursor to what became not the Oils of Life, not the Roots of Strength, the Drops of Youth. This is the old school Drops of Youth. I used to use this before I switched over to the Drops of Youth. I had gotten some Drops of Youth products, but I didn't want to buy the whole line, and I remember I saw the discount bin. I go, what's this? And the one lady that was there helping me, she said, oh, this is like the previous Drops of Youth, but it works just as well. And she said, if not better. This is the Naturganics Smoothing Eye Cream, which will reduce the appearance of lines and wrinkles with community trade organic babasu oil with 98% natural ingredients and no parabens or no silicones. This will help with the first signs of aging. So it just tells you to apply a small amount to the third finger and pat gently around the eye area. Third finger is your middle finger. So apply it to your middle finger and then pat gently around the eye area. 99% of the total ingredients are from natural origin. The other one is the Smoothing Night Cream, and this is extra rich, softens and reduces the appearance of lines and wrinkles with community trade organic babasu oil for the first signs of aging. Moisturizes for up to 12 hours, apply in an upward circular motion, avoid the eye area. For a more energized and healthy look complexion, we've included organic red grape and plantain with organic fair trade organic olive and coconut oil. So what I like about this one night cream is that it is very rich. It's that whole concept of an water and oil emulsion. So the product is mostly oil with a little bit of water that's suspended in there. So it's very hydrating. What I do like about this is that once you put it on, it is so rich and creamy, it actually absorbs in fast, and it doesn't leave a residue that it's that obvious, where if you turn over on your pillow, you'll have a nice oily imprint. This is different than the modern Drops of Youth nighttime mask, which I don't mind, but I find that this one is a lot better. I've used this while I was recovering from one of my TCA peels, and it went phenomenally because it didn't overcoat, it didn't get in my eyes, it didn't get everywhere, and I wasn't like this saturated oily mess. This stays where you put it. It does have a bit of a funky smell, and that's because they use, when Naturganics was around, they used pure wellness actives. They didn't add in any fragrance, anything like that, so it was pure and organic, so it does have an earthy smell to it, but it dissipates. It's not super severe. The Smoothing Eye Cream I did have a little bit of an issue with. That's because when you go to put it on, it actually goes anywhere but where you put it, so if you try to pat it, it kind of smudges here and it gets everywhere. I'm going to demonstrate this by using a large amount. One pump is way more than enough, and I found that out the hard way when I got it like here, and it was this giant like area of eye cream. This one pump is usually enough. You might have to do like 1.5. I've lost the lids to this, but one thing I love is I love their whole package design. It's green on the inside, their little leaf. It just looks so professional and so interesting. Don't have the lid to this, but if you look up here, it actually shows you the product as it's coming out, which is pretty cool. You can peel this to see any ingredients if you want to look at that. The downside to this is that you don't know how much is in here, so you kind of have to gauge it. And same with the eye cream, which I also do not have the lid to, but this one tends to get a little gunky, so you have to push it a little bit, get rid of that. You can see how much is coming out through the lid, but you don't know how much is in here necessarily. So let me just get that off there. I'm gonna show you guys how to apply this, so let me just use my third finger. You have to be very careful when applying this because it actually will smudge fairly quickly. So I'm just gonna pat that on there like so. The upper eye area. This actually applied a lot better than I thought. And my other one. If you rub, well, first of all, rubbing is not really good for your eyes, but if you're just gentle and kind of slide it in place, that is usually safe. It will take a bit for this to absorb into your eye. This is not necessarily something that is good for your daytime routine, because if you're going to do anything in the daytime after, it might interfere with your skincare products. I know the one lady at the body shop complained that she could not do any kind of eye makeup with this on because it just did not work with how sticky it makes it. Like, that's a really good example of what kind of happens if you use too much, like I did, is it gets everywhere and makes a bit of a very big mess. However, in terms of efficacy, it actually does what it claims to do. It is super hydrating and super soft, and the more you use this, your skin will look amazing. I did notice that it may not be as powerful as the Drops of Youth. Like with the Drops of Youth, you kind of notice it working. The downside of the Drops of Youth is sometimes you actually get a bit of a peel off of like dead skin. You don't get this with this, but with this it's a little bit more nourishing. So it's also a little bit more balanced if your skin is dry. Whereas the Drops of Youth is good for any skin type, whether it be dry or oily. It's not as hydrating as this, with the exception of their night cream, which is pretty strong. Just wipe that. This I'm going to apply. If you guys can see, it is very creamy. It almost has like a cream color consistency to this. It smells a little earthy, and it's probably part of the olive oil. I know these products did not oxidize, which is a good thing, because you kind of know a rancid product once you smelled one. But look at how nice this applies. This also kind of looks like it lingers on the skin a little bit, but it goes in, like it goes in quicker here. Once you exfoliate with any of the Body Shop's peels, it'll go in real quick. And actually apply this to my neck. And I find that if you put your eye cream on and you let it sit for a little bit and then you massage everything, it all kind of melds into one really rich treatment. So it does work. And it leaves your skin feeling shiny, hydrated, and smooth. And it was one product that I was actually very sad to see go from the Body Shop. But all good things must come to an end. So that is it for this review. I really like the Naturganics smoothing night cream and the eye cream. It really does a good job at making your face look and feel younger. Just take a look at how good this looks. My one line, which is a bit of a problem line right there, I got rid of the rest of it with the peels, is a lot better. My skin is a lot hydrated. Before I started doing the chemical peels, and I had a lot of issues with acne scarring and lines, they did do a good job at hiding it and hydrating it. I even had an esthetician ask what I was using on my face, and she was shocked to know that I was using the Body Shop. It works if you use it correctly. You just have to know what you're doing. So actually comment down below and let me know what your favorite Body Shop product that has been discontinued is. And if you've tried any of the Naturganics line while it was around, comment down below and let me know what you thought about it. Or if you liked anything from the Naturganics line when they had it. Do you prefer it more, or did you like the Drops of Youth better? So which one was better in your book? For me, I like the Drops of Youth. It's like my go-to from the Body Shop along with Roots of Strength. I kind of mix them. But I do actually really miss the Naturganics. I wish they would have kept some of the concepts while they converted it over to the modern day Drops of Youth, because I know some things were the same from Naturganics, like the serum. I did find that the serum was near identical. The major difference was the night cream and the eye cream. I prefer the eye cream from the Drops of Youth as opposed to this one, but I also miss this smoothing night cream a lot. So I'll see you guys soon, and I'll see you guys with day 9, if I'm not mistaken, of my 12 Days of Beauty.